Hey guys, JohnAvanti here. Welcome back to my channel. And today we're going to be talking about reviewing the 2025 Toyota Camry XSE 4-cylinder hybrid. Now this car is priced at right around $45,000. I saw one in the showroom. It was $35,000, just as equipped as this, and I'd rather spend $35 than $45 and save 10 grand. But I'm driving the car, and here it is, and it's got pretty decent power. It says it's got like 236 horsepower, you know, versus the 211 horsepower that just a naturally aspirated engine got. And that's what's in this car. Plus, you get a hybrid motor. Now, the sticker says 44 miles per gallon. So what I'm doing is I'm climbing a hill, and I want to see how it fares up this hill with power. And yeah, it's got pretty decent oomph. Pretty decent oomph. Now this engine is going to come in a lot of different variations. I think the Toyota Highlander is going to be 278 horsepower or 68. And the Tacoma is going to have the highest horsepower because it's a truck and it needs it, and they think it's going to tow. But I think I would stay away from the Tacoma and go with the other brands that are naturally aspirated and have just bigger, more horsepower engines for towing and going off-road. But this Camry is very, very nice, very comfortable, very comfortable seat. This is probably one of the best seats that Toyota has put out. And the steering wheel is very nice. Very, very nice. Has all the bells and whistles. Now, the entertainment system, it's not turned on, but you could probably look online, and there's going to be guys that are going to go over that thing like a fine-tooth comb. I don't want to go in there and set it up. I could. Maybe I should. So we're just cruising along, and it's got very, very nice power. And I'm averaging 25 miles per gallon. Now, yes, it says 25 miles per gallon, but as you drive it and get used to this car, you're going to probably get 50. Because the other Camrys that are naturally aspirated, say it gets 38, 36, you get like 40. So you could expect another 5 miles per gallon out of this car. And this is EV. So let's quickly find a place to pull over and just take a quick look at the car. Let's see what we can go in here. Try to find some shade. Yeah. Very nice visibility with the mirror, the way it's set up on the door. No more putting it here because this is safer, so you can see through between the mirror and the A-pillar, right? The back has a lot of visibility. This has a home link. It's got a talking and all kinds of stuff, action. So it's a pretty nice car. There's a nice bike. Well, there's a good shady spot over there, so we can get a really nice look at the car real quick. They didn't do it like Mercedes, the cheap way, where they integrated everything. Here you still have a separate entertainment system. You have a separate cluster gauge. Here's your steering wheel. You have all the buttons. It has nice paddle shifters, right? And you have all the controls here for different things. Lane assist, cruise control, lane departure warning, and all these controls here. You have all these controls here, traction control, pop the trunk, right? Auto high beams, that's pretty nice. And I really like the vents. Beautiful vents. More cup holders here. You can put a cup holder. You can see like right in there like that. Very nice stitching all around. This car is white. And up here you have the map lights, you know, SOS, you want to call SOS. And here's your mirror. Now, so this is home link. I'm not sure if this is one of those mirrors that lights up where it shows you how you drive in the back. And here's your typical Beauty mirror with sunshade on the side. You can pull that out. Eyeglass holder, and that's pretty big. That's pretty big. So let's take a quick look at the outside of the car. Yeah, it's a very, very nice car. I mean, look at that. Very, very nice car. Nice rims, beautiful rims. Those rims are expensive. They're not cheap to make. Nice grill. That hood weighs a ton, but it's a nice car. I mean, this is a beautiful car, and I'm really interested in it. You have a passive entry, so basically you hold the handle, and then you press that to lock the door. And take a look at the sticker. The manufacturer sale retail price is $42,999. So it's $1,000 transportation, and then the dealer added another $1,000 for ultra ceramic and whatever it is. But you know, it's a $43,500 car. Doesn't come with a sunroof. Okay, so this is it all around. It looks really nice. I mean, the headlights, everything is different. The trunk is gigantic. This is a huge trunk. The other good thing about this car is it comes with a spare tire, guys. We're getting a spare. No run flats here. Yeah, you just pull these out and you know the deal. You know what this is for? Glow in the dark. Close the hood. Look at that. You got a nice spoiler, XSE, and all-wheel drive. All-wheel drive. XSE is a higher package, and it's a lot more money than the SE that's all-wheel drive. So I would just go with the SE. I mean, if I got just about as much equipment that's in here, I would just go with that. But that's what it looks like from the outside. It's really nice. Very nice. This probably has, you know, updated headlights, that big grille. I mean, that big grille in reality makes the car look like a Lexus, an expensive car. That huge grille. It's not like a cheap grille. It's got all LED headlights, and it looks mean with that little smile there. But it's a beautiful car, in my opinion. I really like it. I'm not sure if this car's equipped with navigation, but this could be for Sirius radio and all of that. There's a lot of these cars today, they're not coming with navigation. All right, so here's the seat. It's a big seat. This seat is very comfortable compared to the latest generation, the past one. The seat was a little small, very uncomfortable. I didn't like it, but this seat is a lot bigger, and I am happy with it. So let's see how much room and height you get. All right, so I'm getting in the car. Very easy to get in and out of. This car seems like it's a little higher up than the original Camry. But now I have the seat all the way up, and believe it or not, I am way up in the air. Watch how low I can go. I mean, this thing goes way down. You can go down. Look at that. I mean, you could be, because Toyota used to always give you not a lot of leg room, but in this car, look at all the leg room you got. And if you're a shorter, stout person, this seat goes way up. This is the highest seat that I've been in so far. Look at this. I mean, I'm all the way up. And when I drive, I like to have a clear view, visibility. I want to be able to look over the hood because that's safe for driving, right? Like, again, you know, you have all your controls here, basic stuff. This is a tilt telescoping steering wheel, right? This does tilt telescope, and it's very nice. Very, very nice. Let's take a quick look at this real quick. English. Yeah, I gotta put my phone number. So that's what the screen looks like. So music, connect the device, climate. That's pretty cool. Comfort. I'm not sure if this has GPS. Let's see. Should come on. So let me put the car on. Oh, powered off. Telling me to put my seatbelt on. So you can see, like, the dashboard is so nice with those lines. It looks futuristic. It looks like the old 40s cars that they made them look like airplanes. you know, during the jet age. Oh, start navigation. Look at that. Subscription is required for navigation. Okay. So navigate. So you need a subscription for navigation. So phone. You could do phone. It's okay. I mean, I'm sure this has Apple CarPlay and all of that stuff. Let's see. Phone. They want me to connect my phone. I don't really want to do that. But I'm sure this has Apple CarPlay that's wireless. If I'm wrong, let me know. But that's what I think. It's probably wireless. There's no heads-up display like a lot of other cars are giving you. You know, here's the door. You got a little map pocket, cup holder. Now, Toyota, again, in this car wasn't trying to reduce weight because there's a lot of steel on here. Like, that hood weighs a ton. So if they wanted to reduce weight, they could have made that an aluminum hood. So there's a cup holder here, and you have a center armrest with a nice cup holder. No pass-through for skis. I don't know why Toyota doesn't put a pass-through so you can go with 4 people comfortably, and if you want to go skiing or put something long in here, you can. And you have charging in the back, which is pretty cool, and you have air vents. That's in the XSE. Now maybe in the cheaper models you may not have the air vents. So you can see I'm sitting in the back, and I'm going to put the armrest down. And look at all the leg room I have, because the seats go in a little bit. But I have a lot of leg room back here. And it's pretty nice. It's pretty comfortable. It's not a bad spot to be in. And this seat is all the way back. Because when I showed you the seat, in the passenger seat, I brought the seat all the way back. And now I'm sitting in here and I'm 5'11", and the seat is all the way back, and there's plenty of room. So you could actually, like, put a lot of things in here. This is a good car if you're a salesman or you like go shopping, and you have a lot of room in here to do a lot of different things. It comes with mats, and it's very nice. Very nice. I really like it. So here's the hood, what I was talking about. That, I mean, this thing weighs a ton. Now, I can't see this being for safety, because the safety is in here. This is the crumple zone. This has nothing to do with it, right? The crumple zones are here. So, like for the small overlap impact test that they test here, it's all here. The hood has nothing to do with it. So Toyota, please, put a fucking aluminum hood on here. Put an aluminum hood so it's lighter. My truck, Silverado, has an aluminum hood, aluminum doors. This car might have been able to get another mile per gallon. But it's still, you know, it's still a nice car, and you're still going to get good gas mileage. It is 236 horsepower. So the engine just turned on. And you got to thank Toyota for still giving us a dipstick. We don't have a transmission stick. And here's your hybrid system right here. Wow, everything's nicely put in here. Now, I'm not sure if that's the battery or the hybrid system, or the hybrid system is someplace else. But usually, at the old days, they put the battery in the trunk. Maybe the battery is under the rear passenger seat, and this is the hybrid electronic system, the hybrid motor. Yeah, this is probably the hybrid motor. This is the gas engine, and it all works together. And believe it or not, you buy this car, it's probably going to go 400,000 miles. You know, with a privately owned person who drives it nice, this thing's going to last forever. You know, it does have a CVT transmission, but it's a Toyota, I think Nissan or something like that, CVT. They're bulletproof. It's not like the Nissan transmissions. And here you got that big Toyota logo. Again, very nice car. Look at that. This is sensors here. Very nice. Very nice. Now listen to how loud this hood is when I close it. Just listen to how heavy this hood is. Man, that'll cut your fingers off. If there was a kid here, and unfortunately they had their hand here, their fingers would get cut off. I mean, this hood, is way too heavy, and Toyota should have put shocks on here, because that's a dangerous hood. Let's say you get a kid over there and they had their head there or something and this hood came down on that kid, forget it. So there's a little, oh, this is the plastic, so they would have to take this off if you bought it and put a new one. And yeah, that's the car. So if you put the car in sport mode, it's pretty quick. I mean, again, it's not a race car. This is a family economical car that that you can have a little fun in. Take it out of auto. Yeah, I mean, now I'm going back like in the country. It's got power. So with the 236 horsepower, you're only going to get that 236 until the battery runs out. So you're not going to have 236 horsepower consistently. But once you're on the highway, I don't think you're going to feel the difference because you're going to be cruising 60, 70 miles an hour, and you're not going to need all that 236, because the Camry, the naturally aspirated Camry, is fast. That's 208 horsepower. So you're going to get pretty decent acceleration. Now, you know, this car's a little heavier. They made it quicker than the older Camry. This car is four-wheel drive. Now, I'm not sure if the four-wheel drive is with the battery or it is like a traditional four-wheel drive like the regular Camry and the ES250 that Lexus has. But yeah, I mean, it's a little, you know, it is what it is. I mean, this is a pretty decent car. I'm getting 25 miles per gallon. And that's what the cluster looks like. So as long as you take it easy with this car, you're going to save a lot of money on fuel, depending on what you drive now. And it's pretty quiet inside. I think it's well insulated. It would have been nice if we got cooled seats. I mean, I think people would have been happy with giving up a mile per gallon for the weight, but then they could have gave you a lighter hood to make up for the weight for the air conditioners in the seat. You know what I mean? Like the Lexus. You buy a Lexus ES250 hybrid, you're going to get cooled seats. The brakes are pretty good. There's no problem with the brakes. And it's the steering, the driving position. Driving position is very, very nice. Let me see if I can pull this. See, I got the steering wheel. So I'm all the way back in my seat. And let me tell you, man, this car is just put together very nice. It's got a big seat. I think somebody with a bigger caboose than I have is going to be very happy with this car, because like you could buy a C-Class and have a little tiny seat. This is a pretty big seat, and it's pretty softy. It's not like a hardish seat. It's hard enough, but it's soft. It's not going to break your butt on a long ride like the generation that this Camry's replacing. I didn't like the seats. They were very hard, very uncomfortable on long rides. This is a flatter seat, and it's wider. And Toyota should start getting rid of the power seat controls off the side and put them on the door like Mercedes, and make it an even more comfortable, bigger seat. Because there are big people out there that have big cabooses, and people would rather have a bigger seat. I gotta say, the pickup is so smooth. Acceleration. This car just feels like a car that's worth more money than this. Now, I'm not sure if the Tacoma is going to feel like this, but this car really has smooth acceleration, handles the bumps well. Whoever buys this car is going to be happy for a long time. in the old Camry, and I can tell you it's a lot louder. This is the naturally aspirated 4-cylinder engine, and that's the Apple CarPlay. It's still a nice car, and I did a review on this car. You could check my reviews and you'll see I did a pretty decent review on it, and I just like the other car better. I think it's more comfortable. It's got a better driving position. It's way quieter than this, but then again, this is a good car too. I mean, this car gets 40 miles per gallon with a good driver. 40, you know. That's why I was wondering, like, why Toyota just did hybrids. Why don't they come out with a naturally aspirated turbo Camry? That a lot of people would buy that too. Because I think Toyota made a mistake making everything hybrid, because there's going to be people out there that want performance. Right, so people, you know, they're going to want performance. And Toyota doesn't have any sedans that you're going to get performance like the German manufacturers. So Toyota's basically sticking to economical, boring cars that are going to last a lifetime, really, if you take care of it. You know, a Toyota Camry could last 20 years, you know, maybe more, depending on how many miles you drive per year and whatever. But, you know, it is a hybrid. You know, you're going to have more maintenance. The battery could go bad. The electric motor can go bad. How much is that going to cost to replace? You know, it's like all the hybrid bullshit that comes with a hybrid. You know, just like when you buy a car that has a turbo. There's more parts, a lot more parts, a lot more expensive, perhaps, in the long run than just buying a Camry like this that's naturally aspirated. That, let's say the engine goes, it'll be easy to rebuild this engine. They could rebuild it in the car if it just needs a head and whatnot. You know, where a hybrid, you know, who knows? You know, there's not even going to be people that are going to be able to fix that car. So I think Toyota should have just stuck with the way they had it. Get a naturally aspirated hybrid and then a performance one. That would have been with the 2.7 with the turbo. That would have been like 278, because you could buy like a 2024 Camry with the 3.5 liter engine that's 303 horsepower, and that car's a rocket. So those days are over for Toyota and the Camry. Even the Corolla, there's, you know, you got to get the Corolla S with the 3-cylinder turbo engine that's 300 horsepower. They're gonna put that in the Camry. I mean, you know, Toyota makes stupid mistakes. I think that was a bad decision to go all hybrid. They should have probably just stuck the way they had it. They have a hybrid, naturally aspirated, a turbo, and just keep it going that way. Because they were selling cars. It's not like they weren't selling cars. Because the naturally aspirated Camry got 36 miles per gallon highway. This gets 44. That's not a big difference. To have all these parts in the car, you know, fucking electric motor, all the bullshit that goes with a hybrid system, you know? So it's not like you're getting 60 miles to the gallon, where the 2024 hybrid gets 50. Okay, but that car was an all-wheel drive. Maybe that's why they got a little less. It's a little heavier, but like I said in the video, yeah, you got a lot of heavy parts like the hood, the doors, lighten the load, a heavy, probably trunk, all that steel. You know, go aluminum like everybody else is. You know, at least the trucks are. And, you know, maybe they're not going to have that great of sales after all. You know, once you start doing the math and figuring out how it is, you know, people are going to think, you know, should I get a hybrid? You know, what is it, another 5 miles per gallon? Right? Maybe you're better off buying a used 2024, 2023, 2022, 2021, 2020, 2019, 2018 that you can get 42 miles per gallon on the highway. And the car's fast. And they last forever too. So that's just my opinion, you know. For them, you know, pushing the hybrid, because what's the LE? The LE, the guy was telling me that it's not going to have a power seat. It'll probably have a manual adjustable seat, which for me is good enough. As long as it has a manual adjustable seat that you could raise the seat height, I'm good with that. That's fine. You know, if it's going to reduce the weight, reduce the cost, because an SE is $35,000, and that comes with heated seats, heated steering wheel. Then you're going to get the LE. Is that $5,000 cheaper? You're better off getting that, because like this is an LE, and this is pretty well equipped. It's good enough. You know, it doesn't have heated seats, but people don't drive cars have been driving cars with heated seats for years. That's not a deal breaker. If you're going to save $5,000, I would take the one without the heated seats. That's where you're going to get more value for your buck, especially if you're going to use it for commuting. You know what I mean? And then if they give you cloth seats in the LE, the cloth seats don't really get that cold like leather seats get cold. So you want heated seats to heat those seats up in the wintertime when it's really cold out. I mean, your steering wheel is nice. You know, but once the 4 cylinders heat up quickly, you know, it's like you're driving a big V8.
To take a slight right turn to merge onto I-78 East.
You know, it's not even going to be that cold. So that's my opinion on the new Camry 4-cylinder hybrids. No turbo, right? Unless maybe in next year they're going to have, because the Highlander comes with a 4-cylinder turbo and the hybrid, so it's not going to all be hybrid. Or maybe now that's what they're going to do.
Miles. Take exit 45
even with the hybrid, they're going to make them all
527
even
Summit.
Even with the Highlander, they're going to make them all hybrid. You can't even get a naturally aspirated or a turbo engine. Well, the naturally aspirated may not work with the Highlander, but if they made a front-wheel drive and they lightened the Highlander with the hood and the doors and the hatch, then maybe you could put that 4-cylinder naturally aspirated in it. It'll pull it pretty good, right? And people will buy it if it's cheap. People don't care. People want to save money, but they think like, oh, it's going to compete with the RAV4. You know, there's RAV4 buyers and there's Highlander buyers. But that's just my opinion. Okay, guys, thanks for coming back to the channel. This was a pretty nice car. I like this car review. I hope you did too. And I will see you guys again on the next video. And check out a couple of my other videos. Peace out. God bless.